guys, it's Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and this is going to be a top 5 and under 5 video all on my favorite underrated drugstore products. So as you can see from the video title, it's part 1 of I have no idea how many, because there are a lot of underrated products out there, and so I wanted to make it a compact video, that way it wasn't a big long drawn out ordeal, and spread them out. It will also, in between those videos, let you comment and let me know if I'm missing a product, maybe I haven't tried it, maybe I'm just forgetting it, because it's important to get all those underrated products out there, otherwise how will people know how great they are? So let's get into it. Let's start off with the face. They are the L'Oreal Visible Lift Color Lift blushes, and they're very much like the Dream Bouncy blushes in texture, but I find they have much better color payoff. They also have a ton of great dimension. I'm currently wearing Peach Gold Lift on my cheeks right now, and you can see it has some great pigmentation, but it also has a little bit of complexity with this gold kind. It's almost a peachy gold duochrome. It's really, really gorgeous. And then I have a few other shades that I love as well. Now these are on the pricier side of the drugstore, like maybe upwards of $10, which is a deterrent for some people, but always remember that there are tons of ways to save money on drugstore products, whether they are coupons, looking for sales, and I have a whole video on saving money on makeup that I will link in the bottom bar below. But don't let the price scare you away, because there's definitely a way to save, and they are totally worth it. Up next for cheeks is a contour. This one is from NYC, and the Smooth Skin Bronzer gets a ton of love, rightfully so, because it's a fantastic, very natural looking matte bronzer from the drugstore, which is very hard to find. But this little duo is very, very close to being matte. The bronzer is, at least. So on one side you have a bronzer. It's almost satiny with the small amount of shimmer it has, but it ultimately ends up being very natural looking on your cheeks. And then on the other side you have what looks to be kind of an extreme gold shimmer, I would say, in the pan at least, but then you swatch it and it comes off as a very lovely, natural looking highlight on the cheeks. Obviously warmer, so very cool tone people might want to steer clear of this, but I was shocked at how it looked at even my somewhat neutral, sometimes even cooler when I'm pale skin tone, and for $3 I think it is, you can't beat it from the drugstore. So I might have gone a little face heavy in this go round, but these were another must-have, because again, right off the bat, when I thought of must-haves underrated from the drugstore, these made it. These are the Kardashian Beauty, mine say Chroma because that's when I purchased them. They're now Kardashian Beauty Intimate Spotlights, and I have burnished and incandescence. You can check for a link in the bottom bar for a full 60-second review, but basically, very briefly, these are fantastic cream highlights from the drugstore, something that I feel is very hard to do. A lot of highlights from the drugstore are either non-existent or very chunky, have a lot of chunky glitter, and these are the perfect medium between the two extremes. They go on, they glide on very smoothly. They have a mousse texture that is actually only slightly firmer than these L'Oreal Lift blushes, but it just feels like a dream going on your face, and they last all day. They're just super fantastic, and I feel like the whole brand is generally underrated, but these in particular are must-haves for me from that collection. Moving on to something other than the face, let's talk eyeshadows. These are the Jessie's Girl Eye Color collections, and I have Brown Eyed Girl, which is full of gorgeous burnt orangey browns, neutrals, and then I have the Eyes Have It, which is a fantastic combination of greens and blues actually here. Basically, these are either $3.50, $4, no more than $5 for 9 shadows. And they're fantastic quality. The downside is you can only find these in Rite Aid, but you can also order from the Jessie's Girl website, and so they are relatively accessible. You can't walk out the door and go buy them if you don't have a Rite Aid nearby, but they are still relatively accessible and so worth the money for the quality and quantity of product you get for under $5. Last are the lips, and this is Hard Candy's All Glossed Up Hydrating Lip Stain. Mine is in the shade Orange You Sweet, which actually comes off as more of a pink on the lips, but chubby lip pencils are having a huge moment in the drugstore with Jordana. Revlon has the original, Neutrogena I think has some, CoverGirl has some. They're really, really big, but one brand you never hear anyone talking about is Hard Candy, at least I find. These are very underrated because they not only stain the lips, they have that balmy finish, and they truly are hydrating, which is something I haven't found with some of the other brands. So for $6, these are a nice little find, exclusively at Walmart, so they might be a little harder to find, but even still, they are fantastic, and I think you can order them online. So those are my top 5 underrated drugstore products for this video. I'm sure I will have one relatively soon, but please, like I said before, feel free to leave your comments below letting me know what your favorite underrated drugstore products you love, in case I'm not aware of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!